with other countries. So we have also heard that out of the 154 so-called developing countries, 54 of them have NAPs. 100 don't have any NAPs at all, or NAPs that they have been able to formulate or structure. So whether you are from one of the 54 countries who already has a NAP, or whether you're thinking of a NAP, I think we want to share our experience so that it also shortens the learning curve for you. You can learn from us, not that you have to replicate what we have done, but at least you're aware of what the challenges are, what the constraints are. How do you, for instance, understand needs? How do you bring science into your evaluation? How do you then move from plan to implementation? So these are all very important steps and stages, and we wanted to share that with you. Of course, when we talk about adaptation, because climate change is a cross-cutting issue, we have NAP, we also have the Mujib Climate Prosperity Plan, which again is a very ambitious, it's a very aspirational thinking because it is changing the trajectory, it is changing how we reimagining the whole challenge of climate change. So we are moving from vulnerability to resilience and then on to prosperity. Not many countries would associate climate change with potential opportunities or potential prosperity, but this is something that we have tried to do in Bangladesh. And of course it covers both adaptation and mitigation. Mitigation also not just in terms of reducing emissions for the sake of emissions, but also in terms of the core benefits that we generate out of public health, out of employment opportunities, out of embracing the latest in technology and leapfrogging in the process. So there are all of those benefits. So I hope this session that we have today, we have real stalwarts who have been involved in the process for a long time. They'll be able to share their perspectives. We'll try to present to you how the NAP was consulted, because it has been a very inclusive process. Because I think almost 3 or 4 years, there have been hundreds of focus group discussions, there have been thematic discussions, there have been regional, national discussions. So that in itself was a challenge for us to be able to put all of those together. And the reason why we put so much effort and time and resources was we wanted to make sure that we were able to capture the needs of the people. Of course, when you're trying to capture the needs, we realize that it is also a very dynamic process. You know, it's not a still photo, rather it's a video which is constantly evolving. And so we are now looking at new elements that should be incorporated. So welcome to this session, and that is really all I wanted to share with you at this stage. I don't want to preempt, I'm sure what will be excellent deliberations, and please feel free to ask questions, because the whole idea of having this expo is that we share our experiences. We want to showcase, and at the same time we want to learn. And I always feel there are no best practices as such. There are good practices. And if we look at that, and then if we can fine-tune it to our own particular environment and context, maybe in our own national context, they will become a best practice. So that's something that we really want to encourage all of you to do. So thank you, our secretary who is chairing the session, for asking me to say a few words, and I wish you excellent deliberations. Thank you. Joy Bangla, Joy Bangla.